Well, dear listeners, it's Busi, Coach Busi, coming back onto Toast Talks. Today, my guest is a beautiful, intelligent, amazing Toastmaster, Omuhle. Omuhle, welcome to Toast Talks with Coach Busi. How are you today?
I am feeling great. Thank you very much, Coach Lucy. It's a pleasure for me to be here today, and I'm excited for the conversation we're going to have.
Well, let's do this then. Firstly, tell me about your journey as a Toastmaster. How did you begin? Where is the A of your ABC to Z? Where did you begin your journey with Toastmasters?
So my journey with Toastmasters officially began last year in June. So that's June 2023. However, my first interactions with Toastmasters date back as far as I was about 15, 14 years old. So I was a public speaker at high school, and I just was kind of looking for resources and platforms to improve as a public speaker. And I came across the World Championship speeches on YouTube. So I started to watch a lot of those, and I just loved them. I loved how the people were on stage and they could be themselves, the way they expressed their ideas, the different ways with which they delivered their speeches. And so I started to follow along, and I hoped that one day I'll be able, to be a part of that community. At that age, I was like, I need to be on that stage. But now I'm actually a part of a Toastmasters community. I started off with the community here locally in Pennsylvania. It was the Greater Susquehanna Toastmasters Club. Unfortunately, the club dissolved, and then I transitioned into my current Toastmasters Club, Global Women Extraordinaire. Shout out!
Hey, shout out! Repeat that name again.
Global Women Extraordinaire Toastmasters Club.
Ooh, shout out to Global Women Extraordinaire. Well done for making sure that you were intentional about continuing your journey. A lot of people hear about Toastmasters early and they always think that it's not for them. Why, after listening to all the YouTube speeches, did you still feel you needed to go a step further to just hearing about it, to actually becoming a part of this community? What was it in you that led to that very bold and positive decision?
I love this question. I think the idea was that it was nice to listen to these people speaking and to just witness their presence on stage. But I also wanted to be able to communicate in a similar manner. I wanted to be able to capture my audience when I'm on stage. I wanted to see if I could grow, and I could grow alongside people who also are in the same thing. So not just to observe, but to experience it. And I think a lot of times it's well, I don't think I am very good at public speaking, and I don't think this would be my space, but it's this is literally your space. You don't need to be good. You need to just be willing to learn and be ready to walk through the journey.
Love it, love it, love it. You decided that this space was not a spectator sport. You wanted to be a participant. That's what I hear you saying.
Yes.
Now that you have been actively involved since last year, walk me through some of the exciting things that have happened. How has this journey, even for the period that you've been in, how has it been beneficial to you? Are you seeing growth? Are you seeing yourself meeting some of the goals maybe that you've set for yourself in the public speaking arena, leadership? Tell me a little bit about how that is going.
I've seen growth on a lot of different aspects. I'll start with the speaking aspect, which was kind of the main thing that drew me to Toastmasters. My communication skills have certainly improved. I've started to sort of come out of just like looking at speeches as just like structured things of I need an introduction, I need a body, but it's like, what are ways in which I can hook my audience? What are captivating ways in which I could present ideas? And I've not only like let this appear when I'm in my Toastmasters club or during our Saturday meetings, I've allowed this to transcend into like when I'm presenting my research during research expos, like the way I communicate, the way I talk about my research, I'm like taking off of the skills that I'm gaining from Toastmasters. Even in my classes, we do a lot of presentations, and it's like, how do I make people want to be interested in what I'm presenting about? And that's where Toastmasters comes in, so I'm not like reading straight off a slide, but I'm like looking at the people, trying to make eye contact, trying to, observe what the room is like, read the room, reading the room. It's really helped me to sort of like read rooms that I'm in and see how I want to approach certain certain settings.
I love this. Now, I had an opportunity to get to hear, because we are in the same community, the same club, Global Women Extraordinaire, that you were selected as one of the 30 under 30 achievers at, what's your university again?
At Bucknell University.
Bucknell University. Congratulations on
Thank
such
you.
an achievement. It is celebration worthy, and I really had to bring that to the fore right here. Would you in any way contribute your selection to anything that has been happening in the Toastmasters world?
Yes, certainly. So I was selected under the change makers category, and that is like people who are contributing to sort of like global sustainability, who are contributing to change and like social impact within their communities and the community that they find themselves in. And my contribution to my community so far has been mostly in terms of like the work that I do. And I've been able to do a lot of my work. I host workshops. I run an organization called Ikusasa. And what I do is we host workshops for young people where we teach them about entrepreneurial leadership. And for me to be able to stand in front of those young people and talk to them about these concepts, I need to be able to communicate in a way that they can understand. And that goes back to, where do I get these communication skills? Where do I get trained to be able to present all this information? So certainly everything that I've participated in, the public speaking journey, that being a part of the Toastmasters Club has helped me to be where I am at this moment. And it continues to sort of like help me to like grow and continue going forward.
Amazing. Now, this achievement that you were given, where you were selected, is it something where you throw your hat in, or do people vote you in? I'm trying to understand exactly how you got singled to be one of the 30 under 30s.
What happens is there's a nomination period. So after the graduation period is around May. So after graduation, they opened I think a portal for nominations between May and July. And then people get nominated. And I think like when you're nominating someone, you have to sort of like plead a case for them, why you think they deserve certain award and all of that. And then towards the end of the summer, I think they select the top 30 from their nomination pool. So you don't apply for it, you get nominated and then they select.
I kind of knew that. I just needed you to confirm that that's what happened. Because when you are nominated, it speaks to what people are seeing in what you are doing. It's not, you nominating yourself and pleading your own case and putting forth a reason why people should vote for you. But when people actually see the benefit and the value, which contributes to their throwing your name in and other people coming in and saying, yes, she deserves it. So congratulations. I hope it came with a monetary reward, but don't answer that. I know you can always monetize when you have that kind of award. Omuhle, you were already thinking entrepreneurship while you were in school. What
Yes.
gave you the gusto? What gave you the oomph? What gave you the drive to even perceive yourself as someone who could teach those that are coming behind you?
I've always known that I wanted to contribute, like I wanted to give back to like my community. And I always wanted to do something that I thought would like be beneficial just beyond like raising money and then donating maybe some books or whatever. And after the 2 years I spent at the African Leadership Academy, where we did like an entrepreneurial leadership course, I really enjoyed the setup of like thinking about an idea, a need-based idea, and then trying to figure out solutions to solve that. So transitioning into university, I came here and they had like a similar setting, but it was more of like a Shark Tank setting where you present your idea to investors and then they invest in your thing. And I was like, this is really exciting. So now I was thinking back at home and I was like, well, where I come from, we have a crisis in terms of like employment. There are not a lot of job opportunities, right? But we have so many brilliant young people. I am brilliant. I know other young people who are brilliant.
Come
So
on.
what is it that we can do to sort of ensure that like despite the current economic circumstances, we can still thrive. We can still like build like independent livelihoods. And I was like, okay, entrepreneurial leadership, let's go and teach Build. So the curriculum that I used is called Build. It's from the African Leadership Academy. And it just like, it teaches human-centered approach to entrepreneurship. And it has an Afrocentric concentration and focus. So I was like, I am ready to go and teach Build, and I will teach Build myself because I've gone through the Build process, and I believe that being from Bulawayo, I can deliver this in a way that the people, they will understand it.
Awesome. That is a winning strategy. Now, you have since returned home to do the courses, right?
Yes.
Can you give us any feedback as to how the people are doing who you have taught? Do you have any case studies of someone who went through the course and is really doing well? You don't need to give the name, just the scenario of what they taught and what they are doing with what they taught.
Yes, so we did the lessons, then after we ended it all with a nice pitch competition so that everyone gets to experience, applying the skills they've learned. After that, I thought this like towards the end of the program, after I'd interacted with most of the students and realized how passionate and determined they were. And so I opened up a smaller initiative within that project, which was called like the Micro Grant Fund. So that was like giving out small grants to some of the students in order for them to start working on their ideas. So I managed to get 9 students and we got them micro grants that we distributed last month. And so right now what we're doing is I'm working with the Small Business Development Center here on my campus to sort of offer some consulting feedback to these students as they sort of transition into like employing their ideas. One that I know is like ready to take off is called like, it's like a poultry palace project. It's based in Bulawayo. And what they're doing is they are raising organic chickens in order to supply them in Sunninghill. And they're doing that in conjunction with like an existing farm. So it's exciting. We have a LinkedIn page and an Instagram where we like drop all the updates on like what are our participants doing and all that.
I love that. I will hopefully remember to put the LinkedIn page information below so that people can follow. This is really exciting. In a world, I think, where eating right, because somebody said what you put into your body is what will determine,
Yes.
the kind of longevity that you will have. I am passionate about organic food. And when I hear anything that is organic, I'm like, yes, there is a community that is about to outlive others because they are putting into their temple the right food. So well done to that. And I will be coming onto your linked page and following that as well. There are so many opportunities. And I love that you have gone and empowered these youngsters to become all that they can be. Congratulations on that. I really do salute you.
Thank you.
Your mom is one of your cheerleaders. I have seen her in some of the Toastmasters meetings. She really is the wind beneath your wings, as far as I can tell. Would you like to tell us how your mom feels about everything that you do? How did you drag your mom to a Toastmasters meeting?
My mom always, like, she always encourages me to like engage in those things. Every time I have an idea, she's the first person I consult. I'm like, I just have an idea and I think this and this and this. And I'm currently in my third year of university, and school can be a lot. So a lot of times I get people who are like, you really should be focusing on your academics and all that. And my mom, when I tell her, she goes, people will not understand what I know about you as my child. Because I know that if you don't do all these other things that nourish you, like if you don't do your poems, if you don't do public speaking, if you don't do all this, you're not going to be able to be the same person when you approach your academics. So she always encourages me. She's always following up. How is the Toastmasters going? Have you been writing any poems recently? So do you need any help with Ikusasa? It's like, she's that person who makes me like, okay, I can do this. And I really, I am so grateful for her. Um, what happened with Toastmasters was the day I was presenting my icebreaker speech, I told them, and she was like, I have to be there. It's like, I've not heard you speak in a long time. The last time she had me speaking was in 2019. So she was like, I need to hear this. So during the meeting, she was like, after the meeting, she texted me. She's like, I really enjoyed that meeting. Your speech was good, but can I talk about the women? Like, I loved the atmosphere that was in that meeting. I love that everyone was excited, everyone was cheering everyone on. And she's like, I feel so empowered. Every time there's a meeting, send it my way. I said, oh, okay, granted. So every time I just forward all the message, I'm like, we have a meeting next week. Here's your invitation. If you're not at work, here's your invitation. And yeah, if she's not working, she's always happy. She starts asking an hour before, should I join now? Do you think now is time to join? I'm like, yeah.
I am excited when I hear about mother-daughter duos. That's something that's also very close to my heart. When a mother and daughter team is working well together, nothing, nothing is impossible for those two. There is a fallacy that says moms and daughters don't get on. Daughters are only daddy's girls. Whoever put that myth out there had not met you and your mom. They had not met me and my daughter. I've got a friend Gladys with a daughter Vanesu. I mean, these are powerful, Pastor Janet and Eleanor, and they are such strong mother-daughter teams that I know. And I absolutely celebrate your team with your mom because your mom is Team Omuhle all the way. Now, what does your name mean, by the way?
Omuhle means the beautiful one. It's a Ndebele and Zulu name. These are languages that are spoken in Southern Africa, especially South Africa and Zimbabwe. And my mom, she says in full, she named me Omuhle Unkulunkulu, which means a beautiful God. Because she held me, she was like, oh, what a beautiful God.
I love it. So, from the beautiful one who graced us with her presence today, the dear listeners and myself, the producers behind the scenes, the editors, we would like to say congratulations on your achievement of 30 under 30. Congratulations on the assignment that you are running in Bulawayo. And we are looking forward to celebrating victory after victory after victory. Because, beautiful one, you are truly an awesome person.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here. And I am excited to see where this show goes and all the conversations that are to come. Thank you for listening in.
Awesome. And on that note, dear listeners, we've heard from the high flyer today, like a lot of my other guests. Stay tuned in for the next person. And I know you will never be disappointed on Toast Talks with Coach Busi. Until the next time, I bid you goodbye.